Hi everyone, it's Karen. Welcome to another Sunday morning video. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome, and if you are already a subscriber of my channel, welcome back. Today's video, as always, is a collaboration with the Transatlantic Housewives of YouTube, as we like to call ourselves, and that is with three other lovely YouTube ladies, Busy Bee Marie, Tina from Tina's Talk Time, and Maria from Maria Crocker. And today we have a lovely special guest, and that is Caroline Mrs. M, who I assume lots of you will already know, and we are really pleased to have her back today. We did have her earlier in the summer when we did our summer essentials video, so today is a winter essentials video, so we thought it was only right that we had Caroline back to join in with that as well. So I'm just going to give you a roundup of my winter essentials. There's nothing kind of major in here. There's probably things that everybody else thinks of as their winter essentials as well. So I'm just going to jump right in. The first thing I think of as a winter essential is a really nice moisturizer. Your skin does get quite dull and dry during the winter, so it is nice to keep it really moisturized. I do tend to rotate the kind of moisturizers that I use. At the moment, I am just using the Lacura Rejuvenate Night Cream and the Day Cream as well. I think they were only £3.99 each at Aldi. Obviously, with Aldi, you can't always guarantee having them in, so when I see them, I do tend to pick them up. They do have a lovely creamy texture. So the Day Cream has got like a pinky tinge to it, and that also has a nice creamy texture to it, as well as the Night Cream, which is just a plain white, and that is a really thick night cream to keep your face moisturized while you sleep. As well as face cream moisturizers, I always have hand creams to use. I use them all the time, but during the winter I like a more kind of robust hand cream, and this is my second tube of this, and this is the L'Occitane tube that I picked up from Lidl recently. This is the second tube of it that I've been using, and it's called Creme Mains d'Avignon Shea Hand Cream, and it is really nice. I do recommend that if you can find it in Lidl. The next thing I think of as winter essentials is some nice cozy glow lamps. It is so nice to have the room lit up with cozy lamps on a nice winter's, well, not a nice, can be a cold winter's night, but the cozy lamps make it nice. During the summer it's light until 10 o'clock at night, but during the winter a nice cozy glow makes you feel really comforted and warm. I do have a couple. I've got my salt lamp that I think I've showed before. It looks like kind of a little a fire in a wire basket. I'll put a picture on here so you can see what it looks like. I really like that on. I've been having that on for the last few weeks now, and it cheers you up. And I also have this one that I got from Aldi. This must be about 6 years old now, and it's battery operated. It's just like a little black metal lantern with a pretend or a fake or whatever you want to call it, little log fire inside. It does take batteries, 3 AA's it takes, but just pop that on your table or your bedside, your bedside table. Just gives you a nice cozy glow and just makes you feel all warm and comforted on a cold winter's night. As well as the cozy glow lamps, you also need some better light for reading during the dark nights. So I just wanted to mention my Serious Readers lamp that I got a while ago that simulates daylight. It's got a really nice bright light that is easy to read by. Again, I'll put a picture in here, and I will put a link to that in the description box below. This video is not sponsored by them, and I'm not affiliated to them, but I will put the link in the description box below if you want to go over and have a look at those, because it is a really good lamp for reading, for doing jigsaws, for playing board games, for anything like that. It's really good. And I got the one that was cordless, so I can move it around the house. It's just table sized. Definitely worth the money. The next thing I always think of is a winter essential is soup. I do make my own soup occasionally, and I do like that, but you can't beat a tin of Heinz tomato soup. It is just, I don't know whether it's the colour or the flavour, just a bowl of tomato soup or a mug of tomato soup is just so comforting during the winter. In a nice bowl with a nice slice of white bread, that's probably not good for you, but it's just so comforting. So yeah, Heinz tomato soup with a slice of white bread, one of my favourite winter essentials. That. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Heinz tomato soup. The next winter essential has got to be a good book. I like to read all year round, but I think during the summer, during the lighter nights, you may not read as much. But during the winter, you know, snuggled up on the settee with a throw and your cosy lamp and a good book, that sounds like a good night to me. So I have a lot of books that I need to read on my bookshelves, but I've picked out 3 that I definitely want to read over the next couple of months. I haven't been reading as much lately, apart from the book club book. If you don't know what the book club is, I've got a book club that I've been running once a month for the last, I think this is the 3rd book we've read, just gone. So I will put the link to the Facebook group for that in the description box below if you want to join the book club as well, which is free to join. So these are the 3 books that I've picked off my shelf that I want to read. And the first one is The Midnight House by Amanda Geard. It was one of the book club one of the book club list choices, so we decide on which book we're going to read each month. There's usually 3 or 4, and we vote on which one we want to read. This one was on the list but didn't get picked, but I definitely want to read it, so I've took that off my shelf. The Midnight House by Amanda Geard. The other one is something I've just bought recently actually, and it's called Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. It's a Sunday Times bestseller, and it says seamlessly weaves mystery, magic and love into a captivating tale. So that just sounded just the ticket for a nice winter night. So I'm going to read that one. And this one I've had on my bookshelf for quite a while. I'm not sure why I haven't picked it up yet, and it is The Appeal by Janice Hallett. I'm sure quite a few of you have already read this. It says 1 murder, 15 suspects, can you uncover the truth? And it's written in like interview format with suspects and witnesses and things like that. So anybody who's read it, let us know in the comments below if you thought it was good or not, but don't give us any spoilers because obviously I haven't read it yet. So the next winter essential for me is a nice, hot, comforting drink. And I don't mean alcohol. I don't really drink alcohol very much, so I haven't put that on my list. But I do like a nice cup of hot chocolate during the winter, and my favourite is the Costa hot chocolate. I do occasionally go to Costa for a hot chocolate, but I found that this is pretty close to the one they make. So yeah, I really love Costa hot chocolate. Just in a mug, put your hands around it, smell that chocolate. I don't have cream and marshmallows on it. I don't like stuff in me hot chocolate. Just a nice plain hot chocolate, just really nice. But as well as the hot chocolate, I actually found this in Aldi last week, and it is a specially selected apple and cinnamon pyramid infusion bag. So tea. I have had one already. I'm just going to take it out to show you because I just thought this was so nice. I actually think this would be really nice in somebody's Christmas stocking, you know, as a little gift. They come in little bags. It's in a little muslin bag. Hang on, there. It's in a little muslin bag, and you can see it's kind of got the little bits of apple and cinnamon, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. Smells like apple pie, and it tastes really nice. I was pleasantly surprised. I think it was only $1.49, and you get 15 bags in there. It is a lovely tea, very warm, and I mean, a tea is warm and obviously, but it just feels comforting with the apple and cinnamon. I think they had another flavour as well, but I can't remember what it was. But just I was drawn to the apple and cinnamon. So if you see that in Aldi, I highly recommend that. It was really nice. The next thing on my winter essentials list is a winter quilt. Now this is just something I've got recently. We've always just had the same quilt summer and winter, but I found that the quilt that we've got, Warren likes a really heavy quilt. I'm not so keen on anything heavy, so we've just had an ordinary quilt, and then we put a throw on his side of the bed because I don't like it. But I decided to buy a new winter quilt, and the one I got, again, I'll leave it in the description box below if you want to go and have a look. It is a Fogarty quilt, and it is a 13.5 tog. And when I took it out of the box, I'm thinking, what's going on here? There was 2 quilts in there, and I hadn't noticed that on the box that it said that. So you get a 9 tog and a 4.5 tog. And what you do is, it took us ages to discover this, but there is buttons on all sides in the middle and one on each corner, and you button the 2 quilts together, which is a really good idea if you think about it, because you can take the 4.5 one off and just have the 9, or during the summer you could just use the 4.5. I thought that was a really good idea. I didn't at first when I took it out of the box and couldn't actually see the buttons, and then it took us ages to find the buttonholes. But we've had it on for a few weeks now, and it is just the best quilt I've ever had. It isn't too heavy. It feels weighty, but it's not so heavy that it's uncomfortable for us, because I don't like anything heavy on my feet because of the neuropathy. But yeah, we both like that, so that was definitely a winner. A nice winter quilt, and again, we'll take we'll use one or the other as the weather gets warmer, but as a winter quilt, brilliant. The next thing would be jumpers and all woolly kinds of stuff. Now, I'm not that keen on jumpers because I'm never really that cold, so I don't like a jumper that's too thick. I do have some jumpers that are round necks, and I find them a little bit restrictive. So I got this jumper that I've got on from Shein recently, and I just really love it. It's like a chunky knit V-neck, obviously long sleeves. It's got 3 colours, the black, the burgundy, and the kind of pinky colour. It continues that pattern down the jumper, and I just really like it. I think it was only a tenner or something. It's very comfortable. Comfortable sitting around in the house with it on, with it not being restrictive around my neck, and it's nice enough to go out in. So yeah, loving this jumper. As well as this jumper, I actually call this jumper my Goldilocks jumper. So it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right. There's lots of things you could put that name on, the Goldilocks effect. So yeah, my Goldilocks jumper. As well as jumpers, I also like my scarves during the winter. So I've got 2 that I've had for a few years and I wear quite often. I really like this one, kind of blue with a pink stripe in it. I think this one, actually think both of them came from 2. It's very cozy, especially if you're going out and you have got a V-neck on. You can just, throw on a scarf and it just keeps you nice and warm, and adds a pop of colour if you're wearing something dark. And I also have this pink one, which is great for the pop of colour, obviously because it is pink. You will have seen this in some of my videos before. Yeah, just really like that. Actually, that colour does really make my skin brighten up. So yeah, scarves, gloves, woolly hats with bobbles on, definitely winter essentials. I just wanted to mention that I think Nicola, my daughter, if you don't know, when she was I think she was maybe 16, 17, and she was complaining that she didn't have, some nice warm jumpers for the winter. So I think I gave her 20, 30 quid. I mean, back 15 years ago, or whenever it was, 17 years ago, that went further than it does now. So I think I gave her 20 or 30 quid, and she was going to go to the town and get herself a nice warm jumper. And she came back and I said, well, where's the bag? Where's the jumper? And she says, I bought some earrings. So from then on, it's become a family joke that you've got to have winter earrings, because she bought the earrings instead of the jumper. So these are my winter earrings, but I have the jumper as well. The next winter essential is a cosy throw. You've got to have a cosy throw. I try not to put the heating on, because I find you put the heating on and then 10 minutes later it's too hot and you put the heating off and it doesn't cool down quickly. So if possible, I just use a throw if I'm feeling a little bit on the chilly side. I have an array of throws, you know, on all kinds of sizes and colours and things like that. But this one is my favourite. It's not really a winter throw, it's more of a, I would call this more autumnal. I just really like it. It's got the little bee honeycomb on. I have this out all year round on the back of the settee, and it's just so soft. It is a really nice texture, and it's not too big. And Warren uses this as well all the time. So it's just nice just to throw over you if you're feeling a bit nippy. So yeah, definitely a nice cosy throw is a must-have as a winter essential. And the last thing that I've chosen as a winter essential is some good television series. And when I say television series, I mean something that you can really get your teeth into. So not just, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 episodes, which seems to be the thing at the moment. You get like 6 episodes of what they call a limited series, so you know there's not going to be a second one. I'm talking about series that have got like maybe 5 series going. Ones that come to mind are Game of Thrones. Maybe it's actually time to watch Game of Thrones now that it's winter again, because if you watch Game of Thrones, winter is coming. So I may need to watch that again. I think there's 5 or 6, or is there 7? There may be 7 series of Game of Thrones, but it could be time to watch that again. It's just nice to have a series on the go during the winter, on the dark nights. So you know, if there's nothing else to do, you can just watch an episode of that. And it's quite comforting to know you've got that. Another series that comes to mind is Lost. That's a good series to get your teeth into. And they don't seem to do a lot of those lately that I've really thought were good, that were worth watching again. I mean, there's obviously the vampire series, you know, Vampire Diaries, the originals, things like that I've watched before. If you watch my channel before, you know I'm a huge fan of vampires. So if you have any recommendations for TV series that have at least, I'd say, 3 series on already, if you have any recommendations for that, leave them in the comments below, because I really do like to watch series, especially during the winter months. So those are all my winter essentials. I hope you found that interesting. Don't forget to go over and watch Maria, Tina and Marie, and also Caroline. I will leave the links to their channel in the description box below, and see what their winter essentials are. I don't know what they are, because we don't usually tell each other in the chat that we've got, so it's a surprise to us as well on a Sunday morning. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.